What's up, everybody? It is your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your granddaddy, and your favorite cousin on your daddy's side, Jay Pleasant, and welcome back to the Jay Pleasant Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are closing off season 2 with a phenomenal beast. That's the best way I can describe her. She is amazing on and off stage. You might have seen her gone viral a couple of times. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and the only Stout. Yes, God.
Hey everybody.
Hallelujah.
Hey
God,
y'all, what's
my
up?
God. Girl, how are you doing? I gotta ask you one more time because you just look so good.
Thank you, darling. I feel amazing and so happy to be here.
No, really. I'm excited to have you here. Again, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I'm gonna be in and out, like I said. So listen, we're gonna play a little game of Pass the Aux, all right? So basically, I'm gonna give you a scenario, and then you have 10 seconds to sing the first song that fits that scenario, okay?
Okay.
All right, all right, all right. Real simple, it's real easy. You are trying to explain to someone that your music taste is not ordinary. What song are you playing to prove your point?
Sade.
Give
This
it to me.
is no ordinary love. No ordinary love.
Yes, God.
No
Yes,
ordinary
God.
love.
Now
Yes.
listen. Now don't hold back on me now, Stout. Okay. Don't hold because I'm gonna put some clips of your live performances, and I need the people to realize that I am dealing with someone who is amazing. Okay. Now listen. All right. This next scenario. It is your wedding day, and your DJ is having some technical problems, and they gave you the aux while they figure it out. What song are you playing to let the people know it is all good?
God. You know what came to mind? It's not right, but it's okay.
That's it.
I'm gonna make it anyway. Okay?
Mm.
That's what came to mind. Pack your bags up. Don't leave though.
That's
That's what came to
it.
mind. Whitney
Don't
Houston.
leave. Don't leave. So, Stout, take me back. Take me back. Take me back. What was your introduction to music, and how did that make you want to be like, dang, this is something that I want to take serious?
Well, my introduction was like many great singers. Was the church. You know, I grew up born and raised into the church. And I remember my mom tells me I was 3 and I wanted to play the drums. And then
Mhm.
shortly after that, I started singing. I was like 5, and I could remember being that age and being so attracted to music and so in love with it. And that was my introduction: is being in church, playing the drums, praying for the choir, singing in the choir, which turned into solos and things like that. So that passion was in me from very, very young.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And it shows through and through. You're a church baby, and it shows.
That's right.
What's your favorite church song to sing to this day?
Oh God. I have so many. Of course, I get asked those questions all the time because I'm a singer. But man, I don't know. I have so many. Um, if I had to think of one right now, gospel, it would be something from, you know, back in the day, like
Mhm.
I say the 80s and maybe the 80s,
Like a good old
90s,
hymn.
like the Winans.
Mm.
Question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. That's like I'm old school. I still love the old school because that's what carried me
Yeah.
through. So I go back to those songs quite often. And then hymn
Yeah.
wise, yes. Whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. You know, it is well. Yeah, I love hymns. Hmm.
Ah, my God.
Okay.
What is it do you think is about, the older songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the hymns that still speak to us to this day? What do you think is a missing ingredient? And I'm not saying that the music of today, the gospel music of today is, missing anything or is lacking anything, but what do you think it is that why do you think we still go back to that to this day?
You know, I'm a believer that it's about, experience. So I believe like the experience that the artists, were conveying through the vocal delivery or the music, it was so. it is just so powerful. It's their own experience. I think singers from back in the day, they really sung with all of their soul. You know, it wasn't like a lot of what we see today. And it's like you said, it's no shade to, what other artists are, some of these artists are doing. But there is obviously a difference. That's why, someone like Stevie Wonder can come up on the Grammys and have the whole room at a standstill. It's their experience, that maturity, that
Yeah.
that approach, their approach to music, that's what I think it
Yes.
is.
Yes. Yes. And speaking of, legends like Stevie Wonder, I want to, throw in a name in there as well, even though, she may not be super, super, super duper well known now, but it's a lady named Stout. And she often embodies that as well with
Yes,
everything. Every time she hits the stage, she gives it to her all. The lady rolls on the floor
that's
and
right.
she does her one and her twos, baby. So tell me, why is that important for you to also embody that?
That's the only thing I know how to do. All I
Yeah,
can do, what I do best is just being myself. And what you see is an expression and an extension of who I am. It's like the internal is being displayed externally, and that's what it gives. It gives sometimes it might be hitting the ground and rolling on the floor. Like Patti LaBelle. People used to think she was crazy, but that was her expression, and that's what
yeah,
she felt in the moment. And I feel that. Sometimes I'll just stand and sing. Sometimes it's squalling, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's me using the highs, or sometimes it's dancing, voguing, whatever it may be, or tribal, traditional dance. Um, that's the only way I know to be, is to be that and be authentic in my expression, whatever that looks
yeah.
like. Like, I'm not boxed into any one thing, no matter what, you know, these industry people or plants say that you should be. I'm just that many
Your
things.
style, period.
Hmm.
Period. Now, speaking of voguing, I've had the
Hmm.
pleasure of, following you on Instagram and seeing your journey thus far when it comes to, ballroom culture and what you shared with us so far. And, I've seen you, in my eyes at least, start from the beginning to where you are now, especially when it comes to voguing. So tell me about that. How did you get introduced to ballroom culture, and why was it, I guess, important for you to tap into that side of yourself?
Well, I've always, you don't know, but I'll say this to you guys, to the
Oh no, you
listeners and
my
the
cousin, girl. I
viewers.
know, girl. You my cousin.
I've always loved to dance. That was my other passion when I was young. But, singing was the constant motivating force, if you will. Like, that was just what I was doing. I was just in that heavily. But I've always loved to dance, and I always could dance, meaning like I have rhythm, I have coordination, I can learn choreography like really quick. So, let me just start with that. That's the precursor. And so fast forward to all these years later, because child, I tell people, if I would have joined this scene when I was a teenager, I would be a legend and an icon
Mm,
by now. But, God has a path for everybody. And I found ballroom on my path a couple of years ago. I started in 2021. I wasn't really I didn't know I was going to be joining it. I was just going to class and taking class with an icon because I wanted to vogue better,
yeah.
because it's something that was coming natural to me and something that I naturally wanted to do, um with these songs that I was doing. And it was like voguing was easy for me to express myself on stage. I don't know if that makes sense. So a
No, I
friend of
get
mine
it.
in Boston, yeah, so a friend of mine that saw me trying to, I was nogging, child. We was giving this, okay, it wasn't right. He was like, he didn't,
Mm,
he didn't like come at me. He was like, listen, I see you trying to vote. If you really want to vote, I can help you. I'm like, yes, I want to. Like, sidebar, guys, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a perfectionist. I want to do everything right, and I want to do it
yeah.
masterfully. Long story short, I started working with him. Shout out to Rod, that's my friend to this day. He started giving me lessons on Zoom, and then he was like, "You're in New York, Connecticut area. Go take Arturo Alliance class." And then that was the beginning of it all. I started taking Vogue Femme at the Icon Arturo Alliance um, class in New York, and the rest is history. I was so inspired. I was so in love. I was so obsessed. I'm still obsessed.
Is there something that you tap into when you're on stage presenting yourself as Stout? Is there something that you tap into to I guess pay homage to all that you've learned so far to ballroom?
Oh, yes, it happens naturally. I'm a performer at heart.
Hmm.
I've always been. I've never been afraid of the stage. I might get those nerves because you just, you want everything to come out right, but the
Right.
stage never scared me. So I'm saying that to say that I have a gift and God's given me anointing to be able to tap in. And yes, the voguing, it just intertwined so well with what I was already doing. And it just elevated my flexibility, my courage to just do and try things and not really care. Because
Yeah.
if you guys know about voguing, if you go back to when it started back in the 70s and the 80s, it's about expression. It's about self-expression. So they'll tell you there's no right or wrong with voguing. Now, mind you, you want to do it right, if that
Hello.
makes sense. But meaning like there's no 8 count. There's
Right.
no 8 or 16 or 32. Is whatever you decided that you wanted to do in that moment. As long as you are really tapped in and you are giving the elements and you are performing, that's Vogue.
Yeah.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it has definitely elevated me in so many ways.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So you've been releasing music since 2019, with your first single being Help Me and your latest one being Smells Like Teen Spirit and soon to be Triggers. So what have you learned in your journey of music thus far? And what's something that you'll always take with you?
What I've learned is to trust God in the process, trust yourself, stay consistent, be
Yeah.
persistent,
Yeah.
and again, trust God, because you don't want to be somebody that is, doing what you do for validation from people and social media and society, because you will be let down. You will be disappointed. And so I thank God that I have been able to, sustain and continue to push. It's not easy, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Whether you're indie, whether you're signed, it's not easy. I've known signed artists who were shelved. It's not easy. But when it is your calling and you are tapped in and you're really leaning on God and following the will of God for your path, your career path, it works out. It works out. So
Yeah.
that's what I learned. It's just really trust God and trust myself, trust my ideas, trust my sound, trust, the journey. Like, okay, I want to do this now. I don't want to do that. I trust myself in that way.
Yeah. Has there ever been a moment where, that was a little weary for you, where it was hard for you to, trust yourself or even trust God and you're like, how did you come out of that? And if you don't mind talking about it.
Yeah, I feel like I've always trusted God, but I've definitely had kind of done things and not consulted God, meaning like
Yeah.
didn't pray about it. I was just like, I just want to do this. I want to do this. And I feel like that's a part of life as well. And that's a part of this journey is kind of like making mistakes. And all mistakes aren't bad mistakes. It's just like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I've learned, I've made some mistakes or I've done things and I feel like that could have been done better. Let me be more patient with the process.
Yeah.
And so patience and connecting with God and really being adamant about consulting with God for every step has brought me out of that, place of, making mistakes, you know. So it's trusting God and staying in counsel with God, and counsel is prayer. So prayer has been, the connection, which has helped to mature me in a lot of ways, especially as a leader and entrepreneur and lead in this career. It's my prayer life. So
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I love that. And one thing I also love about you never, from at least from my eyes, you never drifted away from your dream. And I know the music stuff, this is your dream. And being a mom, it can be hard for sure. So why was that important for you to keep chasing after your dream and in a sense showing your children an example of, chasing your dream no matter what?
because this is my purpose. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
This, what we're talking about and what you've seen, what you looked up, that is literally you see me living my life. It's not even a dream. It's my life. It is my livelihood. It is my purpose. It is my breath. You know, this is what I was born to do. In addition to, of course, being a mother, this is what I was born to be that before I was a mother because I was singing and playing at 2 and 3 years old, just like my children now. One of my daughters, I tell her, her name is Zoe, it's my second child. She was singing at 2, harmonizing. That is her purpose. before she's before she will become a mother, that is her first purpose. And I really do believe that that was my first purpose in life. So it has to be. This is what it is. And it, like I said before, yes, it does get hard, you guys. It's not easy. There have been tears. There's still some tears, but and it's just because of just really wanting to break through to more people.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the people that's on board now, but there's a whole planet, and it's like, God, I need everybody to hear this. I want to impact the globe. I want to change the world like Michael did, like Whitney did. Billy, what's his name that I love? Sting, Patty,
Hmm.
Aretha, Nina. And I feel like I'm doing that, but I know there's more. So that's what keeps me going. There's so many more souls to reach.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I agree. I agree, and I love
Yeah.
that for you. You know, you are listing some of the greats. Who are some people that you I guess you tap into, or some people that inspire you that's in the game, that's been in the game that you often still listen to, you look at, you watch, you study. Who are some of those people for you?
I gotta give it up to the aunties, the Clark sisters.
Yes,
I still
wow.
I still listen to their early records. I say like
Mhm,
that. I hate to say their early records. Like one record I listen to, I go to often, Karen's record, her debut record.
Fire game.
Just for me. You came down because you love me. Shout out to Karen. Even
Yes.
Twinkie, like y'all got to get into her solo records, y'all.
Yes.
Hello,
Baby.
Kim Burrell. She is an icon. She's a legend, y'all. Period.
Yes,
I'm
God.
talking about. I used to
I love her
play
though.
when I had her first record, Everlasting Life. I played the tape until it popped. Like Biggie said, I let my tape bop till my tape pops.
Yes,
That
God.
literally happened in my aunt's car. I ran Everlasting Life. And this is when I think she was on Tommy Boy or something like that. That was a label
Hmm.
back in the day, you guys. This is when cassette tapes was alive and well. And they would put like they'll have the single on one side and then a snippet of the other two on the other side. I kept playing it over and over, and it popped. So Kimber, she's still one of my go tos. I love Nirvana. Yes, I covered their song. There's history behind that. If y'all know the story, if y'all heard me tell the story, I discovered Nirvana as a young teenager, a church girl that wasn't allowed to really listen to anything outside of gospel, but I found them. They were my introduction to rock music. Yes, I know we have a lot of Black folks that definitely moved, that started the movement, like Chuck Berry, right?
Hmm.
But I didn't know about Chuck Berry because again I was just a church girl listening to Shirley Caesar in the Mighty Clouds of Joy, but I remember sneaking and listening, yeah. But I remember like sneaking and listening and watching MTV videos, and that's where I discovered Nirvana. And I love all their other
Yeah.
songs too, but like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Celine Dion, okay, Aretha Franklin, Shaka. So those are a lot of my go-tos. And I love me some Jasmine. Love me some Jasmine Sullivan. I love jazz music. So yeah, okay. I'm a DJ, y'all, so I listen to a lot of music.
Period. Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Boom, talk to me about your project that you will be releasing soon. I'm sensing, this is something very sincere to you, where I feel like we're going to be experiencing a very sincere side of you. So, what are we to expect? Talk to me about this project, babe.
So this album is gonna be so 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 special. I feel like I'm just in another place of freedom in my expression and in my songwriting. And so the album is called My Adolescence. It's called My Adolescence. So this all of the songs coincide with my adolescence
Yeah.
and the things that I've endured, the things that I tried, the things that failed, the things that I've learned. So yes, it will be, a very it will pull on the heartstrings. It's gonna make you dance, it's gonna make you cry, it's gonna make you feel, it's gonna make you check yourself. Trigger already is making everybody check themselves, and this song is not even out. Okay.
Yes, that clippy baby. Baby, I said, now wait a minute. You're reading
Everybody,
me.
yes. That song is like, Trigger is what it is. It's really about it's not just about getting at the person or the people that you dealt with. It's about, wow, I'm not where I want to be because I keep falling into this place. And you, in this moment, or this night of passion or whatever it was. It could have been a date, it could have been a text thing, and they ghosted you. Not even ghost, but and you realize like, wow, I'm tired of this and I don't want this, but I'm not mad at
Yeah.
you. Thank you, because you triggered me to go get my healing and get what's mine.
T.
So
T.
yeah, it's definitely going to bring, I feel, us closer together, me and you guys, the listeners. And you're gonna be able to relate to it in some way. One of the songs you're gonna find yourself in it, and we're gonna be nominated, y'all, for Grammys and all that good stuff.
When they say
2025,
I'll
here
see
I
you next
come.
year, baby.
That's
Yeah, I'll
right.
see you next year. Give me a snippet of Trigger.
Here I am once again. The tears falling down from my face for men that don't love me. And I cannot pretend that I didn't feel what I felt that night when you touched me. You're another trigger, baby. You're just showing me that I'm incomplete. Mm. Just another trigger, baby. You're just showing me that I'm incomplete. Ooh, trigger. Now listen, y'all gotta get in. Y'all gonna really, really, really get in, because what we did there is, as far as the progression of the chords, we literally are taking y'all slightly into another key and bringing y'all back. That's what they did back in the day, y'all. We bringing that old school R&B back, baby.
The musicality. I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking of that, what's something that you listen for in music, whether it be the vocal stacking, the backgrounds, it could be the lyrics, it could be the musicality, like you just mentioned. What's something that draws your ear to the track when you listen to it? A good
The
track.
freak the frequency, the quality,
Yeah.
of course, the frequency, right? The frequency that the chords is speaking, that even the drum programming, or whether it's live drums or program drums, like the bass could make, could put me in. It depends. It has to be the frequency, something about the frequency in the song. So if you know about frequency, excuse me, frequency is all around us. Frequency is in our speaking voices, and in the water that we run in the sink and things like that. um it has a special connection with us as humans, our brain function and the cells in our body. So when you listen to something, even before you hear lyrics, it does something to your heart. So that could be chords, chord progression, it could be the bass, it could be the drums, it could be the ambient sounds behind the chords, aux sounds. So I allow the music to speak to me in that way, and it'll speak to me through one of those elements.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Hmm.
That's my first time
Yeah.
anybody has ever said that. That's so real. And it says so much
Hmm.
about you, baby. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Okay, so listen,
that's
Stout,
right.
plug us in. Tell us when the single drops. Tell us when the album drops. Plug yourself in. Let us know when we can get everything. I know we can pre-order now, but baby, let us know.
Thank you for saying that. Yes, pre-order for my new single Trigger is up right now. It's on Instagram, you guys. Or if you go on any of the platform and type in Stout, you'll see the pre-save. Just click that button. So Trigger drops on February 23rd. We got a few weeks left, you guys. So excited about that. We're gonna also release a follow-up single for that. Yes, we're gonna do two singles. Um, and we're
We
looking
love a
for
good rollout, baby.
Yes, we want to really just, build the story with you guys. So we're going to release a second single, most likely the end of March, maybe early April. We're going to give y'all some time to live with Trigger, okay? Because we know how y'all are. Our attention span is short. But I want to give you guys time to really live with Trigger before we release that next single. And then the album, we are looking to put that out early summer. So I'm thinking like late May into June, baby. Yes, there will be some visuals. So yeah, there will be some visuals. So we got a
Ooh.
nice little rollout for you guys. And really, it's my hope that you all will connect with the story and not just click and like because you saw a beautiful Black woman up there with some nice makeup and hair, but like really listen to the lyrics, really connect with it. Share it with somebody and talk about it. Like I want to be a conversation piece. And it's not just
Yeah.
like, I don't want, like, for me personally, you guys, like, I don't even want to be famous. if anything, I want my voice to be famous, and I can just kind of like hide it, you know. But what I'm trying to say is this: like, I want to be able to impact you guys, continue to impact you guys, and have impactful music, you know, to where 50 years from now you hear Trigger or you hear something I've done, and you're like, man, that's my song. Man, this got me through. And I'm thankful for the messages that I get like that, because you guys do tell me that. I'm thankful, and I want to keep impacting you guys in that way. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about you guys connecting.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I'm excited to see you at the Grammys next year because it's going to happen, baby. It's
We gonna speak
going
it.
to happen.
We
Hello, in
manifesting.
Jesus' name. I'm excited for this project. I'm excited for Triggers. I'm excited. I'm excited for you, Style. And thank you so much for doing this. I'm about to let you know, but I have one more question for you. I ask this
Yes.
question to everybody. If you were stuck on an island with only 3 albums to pick, what 3 albums are you picking? I know it's hard. It's
My
hard.
God. Gee. Okay. It would One of them would have to be one of the early albums from the Winans.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
We would have to go and find the name of it. It could be Tomorrow. I think one of them was actually called Tomorrow. But
Mm-hmm.
that, I know that will get me through. Fela Kuti, one of his
Mm.
albums that will get me through.
Yeah.
And shoot, Kim Burrell, Everlasting Life.
As you should. As you should. Well,
Period.
listen, ladies and gentlemen, give it up again one more time for Style. I wish I had more times. I have so many more questions to ask, but it's okay, baby. It's okay, because time is money. But listen, I'm so glad you guys tuned in. Please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. Please make sure you turn on the post notification bell to get notified for more beautiful videos just like this one. And as always, baby, I will see you in the next.
I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so
Yes.
We
Thank
did
you so
that. That
much.
was awesome. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much for this. I don't think you understand how much this means for me as a small creator, reaching out to people that I see as big, and for you to just answer and say yes immediately, it's amazing. So thank you so much for this. I love you
No,
through
thank
and through. I
you.
really do.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And, I remember, just being a young singer and wanting and needing help and needing an opportunity to just get my voice heard. And I remember those that reached and was like, come on. So I wanted
Yeah.
to do that. And not only that, like, we need this. We need to be, we need each other to build and get the word out about what we're doing. So that's what it was about. And I appreciate you so much for reaching out to me.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And hopefully, child, next year I'll see you in person at the Grammys. Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our in-person interview then.
Hello.